Hey, namaskar everyone guys, welcome back to a new video and quick tutorial on Golang arrays. So in this video we are gonna explore arrays in Golang quickly in a short time. So I have already created a day 3 project in Golang and initiated it with go.mod. If you don't know how I'm doing it, then you must need to check out my previous videos, okay, to learn about this topic. But if you already know how you can create and initiate a Golang project, then you can carry on with this video. So just as usual, you just need to create main.go, which is the entry file for this Go project, main.go, and then we need to import a package called main, which is our package name, main package name. Then we need an initial and initiated entry file, not entry file, it's entry function called main. We need to create it to run all of this. So if you have already watched my previous videos, then you will better understand what I'm trying to say. I hope you understand the works of this main function. It is just the main function that will run at the first of every Golang projects. Okay, now let's explore and create a array. And what are arrays? Arrays are a list that will contain, at least for the Golang's perspective, it will contain the elements with same types. Okay, in Golang we have multiple types, unlike other languages: string, inits, floats, slices, arrays. Slices is an addition in this Golang programming language. It's far more advanced and more flexible than arrays in Golang. We will explore it in next videos. So now let's create a array. We can create an array with multiple approaches. We are not going to cover all of them, but we will see the majority and popular one here. So first of all, let's create an initializer for the array and let's create the names variable that will contain 3 names. This is the syntax for creating arrays in Golang, and sorry for my background noises. I would like to keep it raw so that you can also see me struggling if I stuck somewhere in this video. And then followed by this 3, which is the count of the length, counting the length of this particular array which we are going to create. And right after that, we need to declare our data type of that array elements. Then if we come here and print out these names, fmt dot println and names, then you will find out that go run, oh my bad, main.go, and you'll see that it's empty actually, but it has something inside it. Okay, so now how we can initialize it? One of the ways is very simple, that just it can contain 3 elements, not more than 3. So we have the similar thing, unlike other languages like Python and JavaScript and Rust as well. It will start counting its index number from 0. So it will have the index number in total of from counting from 0 to 2, which is 0, 1, 2, and the length is 0, 1, 2 is 3 actually. So let's add a name at the very first place, which is index 0. So names at 0th index, we're going to add my name, which is show of in this case. Now let's run it. So you can see that it's visible in this array. Similarly, you can add the same thing at the last of the array, so which is 2, and I'm gonna name it as Raj. And if you run the main program, you can see that 2 elements are here, but 1 is missing, which is possible by filling it up here. So this is 1, and I can use it as a array. Fine. Now we have totally 3 elements, which is showing the same data type together, and they are populated inside the names. Okay, this 3 is the indicator to that particular array names, that it can only contain 3 names. Now what if you are going to add something more than it, like 4 index, which is not available? It's already showing you and giving you the hint that 4 is out of bounds, which is good thing in Golang and this kind of statically typed languages. So this is one of the ways you can use and create arrays in Golang, but not the only approach. You can also add multiple arrays from here, and for example, if you are here, then I'm going to add it's okay, it's 1, and here I need to add another string which says I guess no, not like that. Just simply just to make sure that it's done with it. Okay, now this is not the only thing, but you can also change the type of the variable declaration. If you have seen my previous videos, you're already familiar with this, but in this case you just need to it's a string expected this, and the x is not here. Okay, now this is the way you can also declare a array inside Golang, and this is the syntactic sugar, and under the hood it's still using the same convention that we were using previously, but instead of this you can also, however, why not to run this again, and you can see that we are seeing the same result here. But if you just cut it and paste it here, then it's going to show you that it's not defined as it's not a data type. It's actually expecting a string data type. So let's cover it with the string quotations. Now let's remove it and run it again. So it will initially add the show of at first, then they will update, insert another 2 string names at their corresponding index number. So but you can also remove it and add it here, Raj and Sneha. Okay, so now if you run it, you will see the same effect for this too. And if you want to update one of this, then surely you can do. Let's say I just want to remove this name and replace it with another name. So let's first call and recall that array and the index which is 0 here. This is the 0th index, so I just want to replace it with Srijita. Okay, so now if you run it, then it will replace this 0th position with Srijita here. That's how we can do for the rest of the array elements too. But this is one of the things that we can see. Now let's see how we can add more than it. As we have already seen that first, that we cannot add or update something that's not declared here. So let's say we have Sneha, and let's remove it from here, and Raj too, and we have the 0th position where we are replacing the initial name Shurab with Srijita, and then we need to add another name at the end of this array. How we can do that? Names dot it don't have anything. We can do we can do much with arrays. Okay, so this is how we can use arrays here. So now let's see another example. By seeing that example, we can also learn how the for loop works in this case. Okay, so I'm gonna add Raj again, and I'm gonna say it, make a name called Ma, and let's go for a for loop. What is loop actually? Loop is something that's repeatedly enumerating a particular list or something that has more than 1 elements. Okay, so let's go and do it. For I is 0, and this is the index number. That's a variable. It can be anything, but you should do name that kind of variables that can give you some meanings. Okay, so then we can make in names or something like that. I is less than the length of we don't have length, I guess. Do you have length of names? And then I plus plus and then just print out print ln I to see the numbers, it's increasing or not. So it's 0 1 2, they are increasing. Okay, if you made it 1, so it will count from 1 2 3. That's the idea. 1 2. Okay, that's 1 2. Fine. Why not 3? Because the length is limited to 3. That's why it's not doing it. So okay, if you add it here and equal to 3, then it will give you this. But I just want to access them. So how we can do it? Just simply remove this equal sign from here, and which ultimately means that it will initially start from 0, and it will increase gradually until the length of the given array hits, and its length of that array is okay, the I is smaller than the length of that, okay, that particular array. So now we can see that the index numbers are visible here manually, that we are creating here. Now let's access it. How we can access it? But before that, let's see how we can access the individual elements of a particular array. So let's go for fmd dot println and names, as we can update something by calling and accessing its particular index number. We can also access it as well. So let's go for 1 so that we can see and access the Raj, name Raj, from that particular names array. So you can see that. So now we just need to follow up this again here, as we have already created the index numbers, and accessing it is really simple. Just replace this 1 to dynamically increased gradually until the I is less than the length of arrays, and simply run it. So you can see that Suridita, Raz and Ma. That's one of the ways to access the names here. Now, if you were asking me that, is that the only way? No, we have much more things to offer with loop, but it's really boring. That's why it's really good. So I have something called index and name. They're the variables too. We have a range function that will enumerate the names array, and oops, my bad, names array, and we simply just going to print fmt dot println names name. Okay, but here we are actually not using the index number, so to avoid it, just replace it with underscore, so that the Golang compiler will know it that it's not required and it's optional for us. So now you can see that it's actually ranging through throughout this array that we have given them, and it's giving us it. So how we can do the same thing with index as well? We can use it like this, index, and I can use fmt println the index number is oops, my bad, the index number is index. So you can see if you hover over on it, index is an integer and the name is a string. So this is the string that's going to access here, and its particular index number of that particular element will be stored inside this index. So you can also name it as your will, but make sure to name the variables always to its mean. Okay, now if you run it, you will see both the names and its associated to index as well. So similarly, you can also access it with the index approach, and in this case we don't need that name, as we're accessing the names using the index. So this is one of the way to access it, but if you are using range, then you do not need to use this thing. Okay, it's a little bit of expensive, so just simply use these names, and I don't need the index, but if in your context you need it, you can use it at your own benefit. So this is the best practice for this. So that was it for today. It was a quick tutorial on arrays of Golang. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you, then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel, and like and share this video. So namaskar, goodbye, thank you.